What up? I thought I was all out of stream here in a minute, so LED asked me if I was going to go live. Well, so I went and checked, and apparently I got minutes again. So figured I would go live. I like doing the morning shows. Yes, it is a Monday, right? Monday morning. Shit here, get ready for all the fucking joints. Let's roll the joints. Two people here. What up? What up? What up? I was just watching the Basement Grow Show. Joe from Canada. I like that dude. And all the AC Infinity guys. I like that dude. He did a little bit of watering today, and I can still see. Again, you know, most people know I talk about watering, because I believe it's the biggest problem. So I was watching him water today, this morning, and he uses, they look like 5 gallons, better pots. And he was only watering them 3 solo cups. And he is noticing that he's having issues with his plants. And again, you guys, I'm telling you right now, overwatering is the frequency of watering. So if you have a 5-gallon pot and you are only watering it 3 solo cups, you're not saturating the soil completely. You will end up with dry spots in your soil, and you will have issues with those roots because the water will go to least resistance. You use 3 solo cups every time, it's going to go down the same trail every single time. Right? You're not fully saturated. Goes to the same spot every single time. So not only now are you going to have to water more frequently, not all the roots are ever getting fully wet. They're not. I mean, you're not fully saturating the pot. Then not all the roots could possibly be getting wet. So people are still having issues with this. I mean, people push AC Infinity. I mean, AC Infinity sponsors these people, and they don't know how to water. And like I say, nothing against them. They just don't know. And the problem is now is they get to where their channels are so big, they got such big subscribers, and they feel that they're a celebrity and they know best. And so just some fucking small fish like me, they just don't even listen. They don't even, they choose not to even listen to anything I tell them. So again, your biggest problem, always growing the plant, is going to be roots. Your biggest problem will be root issues. So, and how is that? It's normally a watering issue. And I wish we could actually get people to listen, because then they can actually spread the fucking the good knowledge and move forward. I mean, he's got this big old watering system he's talking about hooking up, but that's another thing, you know, with if you're in true soil, there's no way I would hook a watering system up to that. Why? Because if you're in the right size pot, you're going to fully saturate that, and you ain't going to have to water again for, you know, you can go 5 days, sometimes 6 days, but I'm just going to say probably every 4 days in soil. So there's no timer out there that's going to let you automate your watering system to water every 4 days. So that means you're going to be watering probably once a day, minimum. And if you do that in soil, 1, you're going to over fucking water it. And 2, if it actually needs that much, you're in too small of a pot. Right. But these guys won't even like accept my message invite, so I can even just have a normal conversation with them because I mean, I guess they're too good for everybody else. They're too good to get advice from people that know how to grow, and that sucks. Look, I'm still having. Look, you guys, I talk about watering all the fucking time. Why is one of the reasons why I talk about watering all the time? I still have issues with watering because it's the biggest problem. It's so easy to, underdo it or overdo it. I mean, it's really easy to do. I mean, I got flowering plants that are already autumning out in the start of week 5. That's not right. I know most people don't even get plants to autumn out at all, but I was a little early. I'm a little early. Well, fuck it, you just move on. You fucking do what you can, you move on. I don't even give a fuck. I mean, because underwatering, you can have the same issues as overwatering. I mean, rot your roots out with water or dry your roots out with no water. I mean, you're going to have the same issue. What's the issue? You rot your root hairs. Rot your root hairs, they can't uptake shit. Can't uptake shit. It shows you every deficiency. Right? Like, that's just what's going to happen. They can't uptake nitrogen. They can't uptake phosphorus. They can't uptake potassium. They can't uptake CalMag. They can't uptake it. All it's going to be able to uptake is water. And so now you got a plant that's just waterlogged. Fuck it. What do I know? I've only done it fucking time after time after time after time. If you have an issue, first thing you need to look at is how you're watering, your watering practices. I'm telling you. In cocoa, in actual soil, not peat based, an actual soil is really easy to overwater. I mean, plants grow slow in soil. So a lot of people will think, I must not be watering enough because it's just growing so slow. Well, for one, if you're growing in soil like a foxworm, would you say foxworm? You're growing in foxworm and you are fully saturating correctly, but your temperatures are low, soil is already slow. So if you're in soil and you have low temps, oh my gosh, your plant will grow really slow. It just will. I mean, that's what happens. That's what happens. And if you start to overwater and you start getting the plant to stretch because it's overwatering, putting it closer to the light will not help it. It's not going to help it. It won't slow down the stretch because an overwater plant that's stretching because of overwatering, it'll grow right past the light. It don't give a fuck. I mean, it'll go past the light and just keep stretching. I mean, oh, there's a Captain cries a lot. Yeah, I'm done. Shit. So I mean, once people, it's a game changer once you figure out watering because, and you're gonna always have issues a little bit. I mean, maybe this time, your environment's taking a little bit longer for to use up the water, or maybe it's using it up faster. Obviously it's going to use more as the plant grows, but that's just watering is. I don't know. I have a big thing with water anyway. Water is life and water is death. So I don't like the big oceans. I don't play around with fucking big water. I just don't. Water is water is my weakness. Like I say, I like basement Joe, basement grow Joe. I like him. He's a cool dude. I mean, the only thing about the big channels, this is my deal about the big channels. They're all right. They can say whatever they want. I don't, you don't have to take it for like a word. You don't have to take their word about everything. The only thing that really bugs me about them is they got thousands of people that support them. And if you go look at their channel and like who they follow, they don't support. You know what I mean? Like they want everybody to hit their links, support their channel, do that, yeah, blah, 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 blah. Do you see them following you at all? Do you see them following anybody that you know? No, they don't. So it's hard for me to sit there and like try to get people to watch them or do whatever, like you don't support nobody in the community. You talk about, the community. But what you're really saying is me. Yeah. I mean, I respect the hustle. I mean, you want to get on here and get affiliate links and trying to make money off your little affiliate links and blah, blah, blah. Cool. Do that. But be honest. Don't be lying to people because people will catch it. And, I was fucking around. I seen Untrained Astronaut came over to Basement Joe's show. And I just like fucking with him. He's an alright guy, whatever. I wouldn't believe anything he says. But honestly, there's certain people like that I feel like, and I said it in the chat, I feel like I gotta hide my wallet when he comes around, right? Because he's gonna try to find a way to get into my wallet and get some of my money. And I shouldn't feel that way when somebody comes around, like you shouldn't be putting off the vibes that, oh shit, there's Untrained, he just wants your money, because I will meet up with this guy. I'm gonna meet up with him one of these days because he's in my state. And I'm gonna tell him just like I'm saying right now, like, dude, chill out a little bit, like I understand you're trying to make money and this is becoming your full-time job. And you said something about your wife was saying how bad off you guys are really right now and things like that, but I'm not going to support your family, like I don't have nothing you don't come to my lives, you don't hit my Cash App, you don't send me any fucking money, but you want everybody to send you money, you want everybody to hit your links, you want everybody, like, come on. I mean, if you cared about the community like people claim they do, then you'd be supporting everybody else too. And, the one thing I can say about Untrained Astronaut is I know when he first came around, he gave away a lot of shit. And I've said this multiple times. He's given away a lot of shit. And I can appreciate that, But I didn't get any of the shit, but I can appreciate that he gave shit out to the community. I get it, But, when you say you smoke $6,000 a month in weed, you're full of shit. I mean, stop doing that. Stop lying. There's no reason to do that. I just, you're not growing 5-pound plants indoors. So stop telling people that. You're trying to make yourself out to be better than what you really are just to get into somebody's wallet. And that's where I get pissy. Where I'm like, that's shitty. You're lying to people just to try to get their money. So you know what that makes you? I mean, like, legitly, it makes you a scam artist. I mean, when you lie to me about something straight up, just so I like you more, so I'll hit your links and stuff, it's a scam, because I think you're doing something that you're lying about. And so I'm like, oh, dude, I'm going to fucking support this guy. This guy's killing it. He's doing 5 pounds a plant and blah, blah, blah. But it's not true. So you're saying these things to get into my wallet, which is a scam. And you shouldn't do that. You know, if people like you, people will like you. They don't. Find something else. Move on. Or don't. Or be that guy. You know, I mean, it's the cool thing. I've said this multiple times. The internet is a place that you can be whoever the fuck you want to be. What do you choose to be? I thought he picked a lane. So see, Big Turp, that's the problem that I have. He did pick a lane. He chose that he wants to do videography. He wants to do the film, you know, that shit. He wants to go do interviews, things like that. So stick to that. You know. I mean, the problem is he's said things already that everybody knows it's not true, so it slowly pulls everybody back. And you know, if I'm talking about it, the next guy's talking about it, the next guy's talking about it, the next guy's talking about it. You know, you got 20 people hearing it, 30 people, 50 people, 60 people, 75, 100 people. Pretty soon, you're just going to flood yourself out. You know, you got to think long term. You're not going to keep long term people constantly bullshit. I mean, hopefully I will meet him in May. Let's just say that. In May, I'm going to be at an event. He'll probably be there. He should be there. I mean, if he's trying to make money doing this shit. Then I'm going to have a little talk with him. I'm going to suggest to him that being honest with people is going to get him a lot further than blowing smoke up people's ass. I mean, because they're all doing that. And if you want to be the same as all of them, great. But why not be the guy that's sponsored that actually is the one that, you know, speaks truth? Is honest with people. I mean, that's what I would do. But everybody's different, I guess. I mean, and the thing that really bugged me is when he said, yeah, my wife was telling us how bad off we are. I cringed because now my first thought is, damn, that means you're going to go harder trying to get into my wallet because you need money. I don't mind spending money if the value is there. You know, if I can get value out of it, okay, shit, I'll support, spend money. But I don't get value out of somebody blowing smoke up everybody's ass. I mean, it irritates me again because there's new people starting to grow every fucking day. New states are popping up legal. People are growing every fucking day. And they don't know any better. And they think because a person has a lot of subs, that person's been around a long time and they know best. And that's not true. It's not true at all. The ones with the most subs, I hate to say this, they want in your wallet a lot more. They're the ones that want in your fucking wallet, you know. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. But tell me which one of them is giving you true value of content that makes you go, damn, that guy is fucking cool. I'm going to go over and use his link. There isn't any. If there was more value, then I wouldn't have a problem fucking using your link to buy something because I'm probably going to buy it anyway, right? Like, you know, I was going to use Level's link because I need to get an exhaust fan. And I was going to get a Spider Farmer one because I like the Spider Farmer ones. But I can't use his link because there's no value to his content, right? Anytime I go over there and ask a question, I get blocked. So why the fuck would I use it? You know, that's why he doesn't understand. Whether the people like you or not, it's still fucking viewers and it's still content. But I mean, at this point, if I need to buy some, I don't use anybody's code. I can give a fuck about 8%. You know, give a fuck about 8%. Yeah, it's a few bucks, but you know what? Why am I going to use your link when you're a liar, a bullshitter, a fucking, you know, you're just trying to get in everybody's wallet. I mean, like, come on. That's what was cool about like Basement Joe today. You didn't see him fucking, oh, hit my link, hit my link, hit my link. He wasn't saying that. He didn't have that scrolling at the bottom of his screen. He didn't, you know, like, he doesn't completely understand how to water soil, but it's okay. I still go back to the one that I've seen pop up on YouTube and actually is putting in work. And not that, like, he's the type that I would hang out with or be friends or anything like that, but I'm going to give credit where credit's due. Madman Plants. You know, he's doing the interviews, he's putting in the time, he's not sitting there just bullshitting fucking along. He's actually putting in time. He's not just throwing up a link and wanting you to use his code to put money in his pocket. He's actually creating content. He's actually created a website. He's actually created, you know, I respect that more. He's putting in the work to get into your wallet. He's not just bullshitting you to get into your wallet. You see the difference? Yeah. And that's the thing, you know, that irritates me the most is when you hear a guy with all these subs going, hit my link, hit my link, hit my link, share out the stream, hit the like button, do this, do that, do that. Like, oh, but you don't do the same thing. You don't follow anybody. You don't support anybody else's channel. You don't give shout out. You don't do none of that shit. You want everybody to support you, but you support nobody. Maybe your little fucking group, your little clicky click group. That's cool. But I'll tell you what, for me, that's a sure way that I'm never going to hit your link. I mean, never going to do it. Ain't going to happen. I'd rather pay the extra 8%. You know? A motherfucker that can't grow the same style twice in a row. You can't even do it twice in a row. But you're going to tell me the Swazi tech's the way to go. You're going to tell me butt chugging fucking bottom fucking whatever feeders are the way to go. The guy that fucking shows me two of the same fucking picture to get his pound yield. And everybody, all you motherfuckers know it. You've seen it, you know it, you choose not to say anything. Wow. Like, that tells me you don't give a shit about growing plants. You don't give a shit about people really learning how to grow plants, because if you cared about people really learning and trying to build the community, you wouldn't have some fuck in the community that's bullshitting their way along and lying and doing all this shit. Yeah, Matt over there, he seems all right. I mean, I wouldn't listen to a lot of his grow advice, but whatever. I mean, he seems like a chill dude. It's not personal. It's about the plants, right? It's about the plants. Seems like a cool dude. Same with Astro. Seems like a cool dude. I'd hang out with him. I'd smoke with him. Oh yeah. Because, I mean, it's not personal, but it does kind of get personal for me when most everything you say is full of shit. Because then it's like, personally, you're lying to me. Personally, you don't give a fuck. You're just trying to say whatever you think everybody wants to hear, so they'll hit your affiliate link. I mean, I don't know if anybody watched The Astronaut and The Strange Show or whatever, but they were sitting there telling you give a fuck, hit my fucking affiliate link so I can make money. And the guy's telling you the only way he's paying his bills is by you guys hitting his link, using his code. Like, ooh. Like, you don't have a normal income? You don't have a steady income? You're relying solely on affiliate money? I mean, that's not a very smart way to live your life, because shit happens. I mean, what if the internet crashes tomorrow? You're fucked, right? Mm-hmm. Or how about this? Because it happens all the time. What happens if your channel gets taken down? What up, LED? Did you want to come up or something? I thought I was out of StreamYard minutes. Or you were bored and you need somebody to fucking just somewhere to hang out. That's mostly why I like to do the lives in the morning. Yeah, well, I mean, like, if I was at an event and he was there, I'd fucking talk with him and I'd smoke with him. Not like I would go out of my way to drive to his house and hang out with him, no. But I mean, if we ran into each other at an event or something, I would chill with him, smoke with him, pick his brain a little bit, see what the fuck he's, and I'd tell him exactly what I'm saying right now. Like, dude, what are you doing? People call you full of shit when you tell them you smoke $6,000 worth of weed in a month. I mean, but I've talked to these people on YouTube before. And you know what they do? You know what the last person told me? I just tell my viewers whatever I think they want to hear. So I'll still give the guy a chance. I mean, I talk to him personally, see what maybe he is. I don't know. Maybe he has some kind of hidden agenda. Obviously, to get money, but I would definitely sit down and smoke with him and talk to him. Yeah. I wouldn't he lives in Kansas City. I wouldn't drive clear to Kansas City to go talk to him, but well, I can tell you right now, he lives in the same state as me, Missouri, and he could be making money. If he's really a good photographer and good at videography and all that shit, there are 35 events from now until the end of the year. 35. And all these events are pretty close to him because he lives up north. Everything's up north, but so he could be. I mean, I think he could be making money at these events, and I hope he does. And that's what I would be focusing on. All that fucking camera equipment and shit. Same with Carl. I'd hang out with Carl and talk with Carl and smoke with Carl, but I'd tell him the same thing. Like, dude, everybody knows you're full of shit. Like, come on, we know you're not growing fucking 3-pound plants. There's no. I mean, it's not. I mean, it's like just because you say it over and over and over doesn't make it true either. Like, but the numbers always change over there. So I don't. It's hard to fucking keep up with that shit. If you do the math yourself and you do real math, not Common Core math, you start going, where's the numbers? Because I'm not seeing it. I mean, if everybody thinks 1.3 grams a watt is good, then they just don't know. I mean, it doesn't even matter. If you're pulling 10 pounds indoors, honestly, if it's a 10-pound grow, you're doing that indoors. That's more than most people are doing. So people are going to fucking be like, right on, you know. Why you have to add an extra 5 to 10 pounds? I don't know. Like, sheesh. Anybody want to come up? I'll post a link if somebody wants to come up, but I wish Carl would come up. I'd love to have a conversation with him. They get kind of confrontational though. They get, you can tell they're in their voice. They kind of go, like nothing. Hey, look, it's nothing personal. But and it's like I don't need to see Carl weigh his shit. Just show me the shit hanging up. Show me your best top butts. That's all I need to know. That's all I need to see. Because if your top buds are only your best buds are only the size of your thumb, wet, and that's your best buds, all the rest of the buds are even smaller than that, wet, the weight's not there. It would take a lot of fucking popcorn to equal 2 pounds. And again, a 2-pound plant indoors is going to be 6 pounds wet. I mean, probably 5.5, 6 pounds wet. Yeah, I don't need to see the small. I want to see your best top butts. Show me your best top butts. And now, if you whip out a couple of them and they're like 18-inch donkey dicks, and I'm going to be going, oh shit, you know, because I'm going to assume that most of the rest of them are at least close to that too. And then I would shut the fuck up. But if you show me a bud that's this big, wet, I know it's going to be this big dry. I understand that, you know, your crew hangs out with people that really don't know how to grow. Great. I mean, there's some decent growers, but they don't understand it. And so by not understanding it, you think you can blow smoke up their ass because they don't understand. So if nobody understands this but a few people, and the few people are the assholes because they say something about it, then is that a me problem or is that a you problem because you don't understand? Right? What's up, man? Well, when he was showing his plants, like trying to show off and flex while he's cutting these fucking plants down, you notice only the top like 6-8 inches. I think somebody said this already, but top 6-8 inches are like a purpley green, darker, but then everything below that was like a lime green. And that lime green's not fading. That lime green is because none of that shit was getting any light. So if you were to strip that all down, he'd have like a 6 to 8 inch canopy with 5 foot of legs. I mean, if that's what you're going for, cool. But you're not going to convince me that that is 2 to 3 pounds. It's not, you know, it just ain't, you know. And I'll throw the link up if anybody wants to talk about it. I mean, and I'm not trying to like shit on him personally because I don't fucking know him. I would never go out of my way to know him. You know, like Wild made a good point, and I just, you know, it hit me. Like, why would I want to hang out with somebody that just fucking will lie to me on the internet? If you're gonna lie to me on the internet, you're gonna lie to me right to my face. So, I mean, and I know Josh was on that stream, and he was saying, "Who cares? As long as your legs are just as long as your canopy." But his canopy isn't as long as his legs. And not only that, that goes only so far. That only works when you're talking like a 2-3 foot tall plant. Not when you're talking 5 foot tall plant. That doesn't work. You know, it doesn't work that way. And I'd like to know why there's so much lime green where the light wasn't hitting it, but you Swazi tech to get the fucking penetration of the light. Oh, maybe because the 2 foot starts at the light. It doesn't matter if you Swazi or not. It still only penetrates 18 to 2 feet. And I'm going to lean more towards the 18 inches. So everything below that, whether you strip the leaves or not, will not get the PPFD it needs to grow nice fucking dense buds. That's why people are throwing under canopy lighting in. You know, if the under canopy lighting was so great though, they wouldn't be fucking stripping all their leaves too. So what is it? You need the under canopy lighting to light up the buds down below, or you need to strip all your leaves off to light the buds down below. Because it doesn't work. People just don't fucking get it. Your light's 5-6 feet away from the plant. It only penetrates 2 feet with the really good PPFD. So you've lost. By the time it hits the plant, you might get nice fucking buds at the very tip top. Everything below that is not going to get the light that it needs to grow the fucking good dank bud. I mean, it just isn't. Right, the efficiency, that's why I busted his balls. He's talking about efficiency. Carl is on the opposite spectrum of efficiency. He has no clue. He told you he spends $1,500 a month in electricity. I mean, if we could break shit down. If we really broke down the math, people would be like, ugh, really? Yeah, it's not very efficient at all. But, I mean, why should I talk about another man's grow? Why should I talk about another man's grow? Because he's lying to people. I would give a fuck about Carl's grow if he wasn't lying to people. And the problem is the people that go over to Level's channel where he's hanging out and lying to people are new growers. And they got that poor one guy over there in those earth boxes already in flower, and his fucking scrog isn't even full yet. Like, why would you have him going into flower before the screen is full? You're not going to fill the screen out going into flower, because what happens is, in order to fill the screen out, you're going to have to bend everything over, keep bending shit over, keep bending shit over, keep tucking, right? Keep tucking. That's Northern Scrogger. Keep tucking. Well, the problem is if you're in flower and you're doing that, as soon as you bend that over, all the little fucking nodes on the side start coming up. You're going to end up with, by the time you end up drying, you're going to end up with a bunch of buds the size of a quarter. Because they never grew nodes to grow the branch to fucking grow a decent bud. Not even a cola, but it's just a decent bud. I mean, you can't tuck and flower at the same time. That doesn't work. I mean, you can, but that's not going to work very well. I mean, you should already have that screen full. And then you go into flower. And then you might need another one just for emotional support later when shit's falling over. But you shouldn't be trying to flower and I don't know. I would never do that. Who said what in Channel 2's this morning? Well, I just gotta assume he's full of shit all the way around, right? The guy tells me he's spending $1,400 a month in electricity. I gotta instantly go add 500 to that because he's probably bullshitting me because he bullshits about everything else. You know, he's gonna say a lower number to make himself look better because that's what he does. He gives a number that makes himself look good, but when you start breaking down the math, it's like, dude, that's not very good. 1.3 grams a watt. I mean, I think you should be at least hitting 1.5. At least. Well, let's just do the math real quick. Just a quick math. Let's say he gets 20 pounds. Let's say Michigan, I think that's where he's at. What? Let's say you can get 800 a pound. Maybe 1,000, but I don't know. I think it's pretty cheap in Michigan. So let's say 1,000. So that's $10,000. Now let's take $1,500 off twice, 3 times, 4 times, because you veg for 2 months. But I mean, you can't really count. I mean, you can count some electricity, but it won't be the same because you're vegging at the same time you flower. But there's electricity there. But then the flower, let's say 1,500 a month. That's $3,000 for 2 months. So if you got to grow the plant for 4 months, though, that's $6,000, $6,000, and you only got $10,000. So now we got to buy some nutrients. Now we got to buy some cocoa. Now we got to figure out the water bill. And now we got to buy filters for the DHU. And now we got to pay the guy to help me cut it down. And now we got to pay for the AC and everything, which is extra if you're not, for hanging the shit. I mean, do the math. Like Wild said, I don't think you're breaking even. Yeah, I mean, you start doing the math and start adding it all up. You're going 10 grand. And that's only if you sold it all. Well, you got to keep some of that for yourself to smoke. So let's say you keep a pound for yourself. It'll last you 2 months for the next grow. That's only $9,000. And you've already spent $6,000 in electricity. I don't know. I mean, it's simple math. You start doing the math. You start going, and I know what he said. Why are you so worried about doing the math on somebody else's grow? Blah, 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 blah. Because you're full of shit. You're telling people stuff that's bullshit. And I'm sorry, I'm the guy that'll say, hey, everybody, look, I'm standing at the top of the roof and I'm calling it out right now. Carl is full of shit. He's always been full of shit. Can he grow? Sure, he knows how to grow. He can grow a plant. Could he do it more efficiently? Absolutely. Could he get more than what he's getting now? Absolutely. Spending the same amount of money. Will he listen to everybody else? Fuck no. Why? Because he's got all these other people that don't know how to grow fucking telling him he's so great. Yeah. Like I told fucking Nuggies and them last night. Anytime those guys are ready to build a fucking grow team, build a fucking team. Let's still grow off. And then the new people can judge for themselves. Who's full of shit, who's not. They don't want to do that though. They won't even have a conversation with us over here. That's should tell you something right in itself. I'm down to have a conversation with any of them. Let's fucking do it. Let's chat. They won't do it. They won't do it. Instead, they want to scream, "Oh, they're just trolls. Trolls be trolling." Well, you know what? When the trolls' gardens are all better than every one of yours, then maybe you're the fucking troll. Just saying. Maybe you're the fucking troll. Anybody want to come up and smoke? I was starting to feel like, man, maybe I've been really rough. Maybe maybe I had to tone it down. Maybe I had it. Then I watched the Girl Boss video. And I went, oh, yeah, this is why we do what we do. Because you guys are fucking insane. You guys are insane. Last month's power bill was $280. The whole house. I don't know. I don't even think of it like that. I mean, I broke it all down to myself so I know how much it costs me to grow an ounce of weed. I broke it down in a 2x4 tent. One 2x4 tent for the whole year. Cost me $402. Granted, that's not including nutrients because I have all free nutrients. So nutrients will cost you a little more. And then breaking down the numbers, I paid like $5.60 an ounce. So if you do it right with nutrients, it might cost you what, 10, $15 an ounce. Now, you just get to a point where you want more. So you just get another tent, get another tent, get another tent. You just, but find something that works, do that, and then scale up. Don't continuously grow in every different way. Each time you're trying a different system, different nutrient, different light, different this, and you're getting more space, more space, more. I mean, you're just digging a fucking hole. Big time. Whatever. You gotta you learn to grow, you learn to, shit. That's why I'm so on to watering all the time. Because I fucking know your problem is watering because it was my problem. It was his problem. It was her problem. It was their problem. It was, it's everybody's problem. Watering is a big fucking deal. I mean, and then you got people trying to say, we'll just do an automated watering system in soil. Let's do that. Like, makes no fucking sense. I'm going to do a drip system in my fox farm. Like, really? The fuck makes you think that soil needs water that often? Like, fucking hey. But then I get blocked and told I'm an asshole and a dick and this when I'm like, dude, you're just doing too much. Like, hey, can we see the buds? Like, can we see the buds? And I get blocked. Like, what the fuck? Like, if you can't have a conversation and we can't have an open discussion about what you think I'm doing wrong and what I think you're doing wrong, we're in a fucking world of hurt. We can't even sit down and have a conversation because you're so fucking butthurt. Then it's over. Game over. The weed community will never get better than what it is right now. And there will always be a side of that are like, dude, you guys are doing too much. You're full of shit. You don't need all that stuff. Come to the fucking dark side if you want to call it that. Come to the dark side where you can grow a lot of weed, really good weed, and it becomes boring as fuck. Like, you got to get a hobby. Because 5 minutes to use, 5 weeks to the plant. Like, there ain't nothing to do. It's boring. That's why you start more seeds, or you want to cut cones, or you want to do this, or you want to get more space, or this and that, because there's nothing to do over here. Now I got to create more things for myself to do. Like, I got some of the, what do we got? I got 8 super crop cherries popped. I already plucked seeds and I already got them popped. I got to do a round of testing. Testing time. The next seed run, I think, will be super buff cherries crossed with rotten roadkill. We'll give that one a go. Give me some beans of that. I'm just fucking around now, right? Like, I can, and I don't even care. Like, if I only pull 14 ounces out of the 2x4, I give a shit. I give a shit if I pull out every time out of it because I'm doing it so quick that, again, if you look at the efficiency and you do the true math on it, it don't fucking matter. Like, I just fucking cut it down, reset, go again. Like, I mean, I got 5.4 pounds just in the 2x4 for the year. I'm good with that. If I need more, guess what? I just get another tent. You know, I like the 2x4s because I personally like being able to put the ice uh, party tables in there that drain, so they have their own drain table, fit in there nice, and I can reach everything. I can get to the back of everything, and each tent can be its own strain. I didn't do that this time though. That's fucking. I did the jerk off mood, and I fucking put 4 different strains. Ugh. I got 2 fucking strains that grow similar, and then 2 other strains that grow similar, but the 2 strains that grow similar to similar don't grow similar with each other. So I got tall ones and I got a couple fucking shorties. So what happens when you got tall plants and short plants? I feel like we're in class. When you got short plants and tall plants in the same fucking tent or same space under the same light, you never get the right amount of light to the short plants because you fucking got to keep it so high for the tall plants. Or, Grow Boss says, you burn the tops trying to light the bottoms. Swazi Tech does not fix that. But if you're a good grower, you also know you can push the shit out of your plant. A healthy plant, you can give it shit tons of light, shit tons of food, and just bang that fucker out when you're there. Because that's not doing 75 fucking miles an hour in third gear on the highway. That's when you get to where you're in fifth, sixth gear, doing 80, 90 on the fucking freeway. Most people aren't there yet. I'm not quite there yet. You know? I'm still in the slow lane, fucking people passing me. Doesn't mean I'm going slow. They're just going faster than me. I've never claimed to be better than anybody. I've just figured shit out and try to pass that knowledge off, and people think I'm a dick about it. And if that's what I gotta be, then that's what I gotta be. Fuck it. I don't need to tell nobody nothing. You know? But you don't want height. That's the problem indoors. We don't have a lot of height space indoors. Mhm. Your tent is only so tall. If it's a 6 foot tall tent, that's the max where you can get your light to. You would never want a fucking a 5 foot tall, even not in a tent. We go back to light penetration. 2 feet. Whether you strip all the leaves or not, it's still 2 feet. If you want more penetration, go get you some HPS and a couple more fucking ACs, and you know. Yeah, if you can keep your plant fucking, that's part of that's just learning though, because you got to learn to that strain too. If you're a seed popper and you're popping seeds every single time and you ain't hitting clones and you're not learning the strain and not really, I mean, that's going to be a tough one too. I feel that being passionate about growing is great, and we can all be passionate about it. But that doesn't mean there's more to do in the garden because you're passionate about it. Like decorating your pot with gnomes and shit like that. It's just because you're fucking bored. There's nothing to do. And you can do that. Fucking whatever. Like fucking cool. It looks kind of cool. You got fucking some dude hanging on one of the branches because there's nothing to do. The plant knows what to do. You get the right amount of light, fucking right amount of food and water. Do a little training if that's what you decide to do. There's nothing else to do. Wait for it to finish. Fucking dry it, cure it, smoke it. Move on to the next one. You ever see that fucking guy out in his backyard with a lawn chair sitting there right next to his fucking veggie garden? Just talking to it, breathing on it, picking at it, doing that shit all day. Like, fuck no, you don't. The guy go out there and he fucking squirts everything down, hoses it down, and fucking goes, yeah, looks good. You know, maybe pluck a couple leaves and then they walk away. Huh. Huh. Same with your house plant. Are you always fucking with your house plant? You guys want to see something? No, I'm going to show you something. This is fucking nuts. I got this in, I got up on it. I keep saying this, but fucking pineapple. I got two of them on this sucker. I can fucking water and feed it a little bit, walk away. Look at the size of the pot. It's a fucking plant. They know what to do. Honestly, they know what to do. A fucking pineapple sitting on my fucking island in the living room or in the kitchen. It's not considered a plant until it gets roots. Once they have roots, then they're a plant. No, don't make me bust out the fucking Pokemon cards. I got one card that's going up right now. I'm super excited. It's up to like $700. The Pokemon card's more exciting than the fucking weed plants fucking growing in the tents. Why? Because they just do their own thing. You know, right? Like, at least I can go buy Pokemon cards. I can put them in different sleeves. I can collect the set. I can. Plants, boring. It said succulent game on point, yo. That's going on third year. That's it. This year, this coming up year will be. That's a third year. I've had that thing for 3 years. Yeah. So it should be fruiting. I think next year. We'll see. If not, I just fucking. What I do is I didn't do it this last year though. I just left it by the fucking window. But I would. The year before that, I put it outside, and then right before I bring it back in, you got to start doing fucking IPM on it. You know, like just in case there's not the right kind of leaves that most of those bugs like, but yeah. And if you can get your medical license, I suggest that anybody go get your medical license. Like, and here's a little other thing: you got somebody in your family that don't want to grow and don't really care about getting their medical license. Pay. You know, you pay for it and get their fucking. If you can be a caregiver, get the fucking deal to be a caregiver because then that ups your plant count. You know, like usually there's a max of how many you can do doing that, but fucking you go pay it. Be like, look, I just want to put it in your name and be your caregiver so I can have more plants. I'll pay for it. But most people are like, yeah, whatever. And sometimes you get people that want you to be the caregiver that way. And then you can charge them for what it costs to grow this stuff. I've heard of that before. Litwit. It's probably once a year, but even if you got to pay 150 extra, but you get double the plant count, legal. Like I went to when I did my doctor's thing, because our limit was for medical was only like I don't know what it was. It was like 3 ounces or something. I can't remember now. But I went to him, and because I cultivate, I told him like, "Hey, I don't want to ever get caught slipping. Like, can you up what I can, my limit?" And he's like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "Well, I grow more than what my limit is, so it'd be nice to be able to have a higher limit to be able to." He's like, "Oh, okay, fuck it." He's like, "How's a pound?" I'm like, "Fuck it, like, good, okay." So I can carry a pound at any time with no big deal. I can go to the dispensary and I could, they shit whenever they see my numbers. They're like, "What the fuck? How'd you get?" Inquire, ask the questions. You never know unless you ask. Bizarre. Bizarre, yo. Right. I mean, they don't up plant counts here. So that's where you get caregiver license. That's a get around. It's easy. Oh no, I haven't been really roaming around too much on the YouTube streets. I really don't have much more to say. Like I feel that I say the same thing every fucking time, and it's boring. Just like there's no point in doing videos anymore. I mean, everybody's seen how I grow. They know it. I mean, it's boring. It's fucking boring. You see the same thing. I was watching some video of my videos, and I'm going, man, it seems like it's the same thing every fucking grow now. So it's boring. I don't need to tell you what kind of light because they all work. I don't need to tell you what kind of tent works. I don't need to tell you fucking what kind of fan because I don't give a shit what fan it is. I don't. Well, I mean, it all depends on your space that you got. A lot of times, people are just small time growers. That's why for me, the only thing I can really, I mean, I can tell you about training. I can tell you about all that shit. I can tell you about a lot of different shit. But as far as the way I grow right now, I mean, that's for people that have not big space. I mean, if you only got small space, I mean, you can, I mean, always scale it up, but it works really well. Like the way I grow, even if you just have a closet that you gotta grow in, like for me, it's easiest if I can use 1 gallon pot size per square foot, right? So if a 2x4 tent, I just started using that rule of thumb recently because it gives, because I've done 21 plants in there. I've done, 12, I've done 10, and now I'm down to 8, you know. But 2x4 is what? 8 square feet. So I'm finding that 1 gallon pot in a square foot spot gives it enough room because they still, for whatever reason, I'm still getting a branch way out. I can show you branches that go from the bottom of the plant all the way almost to the top, just with the 7-day 18.6. It's crazy. Well, and see, there's a deal. Like, you're growing a seed, but you don't necessarily need to do this for a clone. But if you're growing a seed, you can easily do like 30 days in a cup. Like, you just what we call rooting stage. Like, you're gonna really try to get the roots to just bust the fucking cup out before you move it to the next stage, right? And then when you move it into the next stage, I know a lot of people will say, "Oh, you can veg under 18.6, you can veg under 24." I always, went off the like Grow Boss talked about 24-hour for rooting stage, 18.6 veg, then you're fine. So if you want to do a seedling in a cup for fucking 30 days under 24 hours of light, I mean, obviously it wouldn't be a lot of light anyway because they're just seedlings. So you're just building roots at that point. And then once you put it in that next size pot and it's ready to be in that next size pot, it's 18.6. Fucking. Dealing with what up, buddies? Dealing with my dog at the same time. No. Wolfie! Wolfie! Jeez, dude. What's up? What's up? I mean, I just this next year, go lay down now. Go lay down. I don't want to be the guy that's everywhere being like that. I don't, because I'm just gonna be. I don't give, care even less. Like I don't. People can just do whatever the fuck they want because they're going to anyway. They don't want to listen. So what's the fucking point? I'm just gonna focus on me. I've got shit coming up that I'm doing. So mm, I gotta get this. Oh, I got something. Roll up another joint. A great big joint. But just because I don't care, don't mean that I still won't call it bullshit when it needs to be called out. Because I feel that that's everybody's duty. Like you gotta keep, you keep the next guy in check a little bit. Just keep them honest. Because if you can't be honest with everybody, then the fuck are you even doing on the internet? What's the point? You're just lying, and you're lying to people, and you're not making money to lie to people, and some people are. And I don't know. It's just weird. Seems like a weird way to make money, at least. It's just easy growing. Like I say, I still get my issues here and there, but I don't know. I should be in trouble. I just cheated and rolled a shitty joint. 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 What you got? Yeah. I'm gonna go over there to the show to know it. That's the problem, right? And Nugget pointed it out last night. There might be, so many people in the watching, and we can't assume that they're all lurkers, right? We got to assume that some of those are going to be newer growers, right? Just trying to find where they fit in. So they're not talking, they're just listening, observing, trying to see where, and so they listen, they hear you say shit that it's not true, and they think, oh, wait. And you get them off to a fucking bad start after that. And any new growers that are listening right now, just because somebody is so-called sponsored and gets a grow equipment from a company doesn't mean they're a good grower. That's farther from the truth than what you really think. Somebody should do that video. Like, the number one thing for new growers coming on YouTube to learn how to grow. Just because they have a lot of subscribers and they are so-called sponsored and get grow equipment from a company does not mean that's how you should grow. They're not good growers for the most part. Most of them, really a couple little tweaks and they'd be fine. But you can't teach those guys nothing. Those guys won't even listen to you most of the time. Actually, they do. What I found is I'm not going to name the show, but people know. There's a show, I swear they listen to me all the time because I'll talk about something and discuss something and they'll do a show about it. And that's cool. I hope they're listening and I hope it gives them content because I'm not really pushing to try to put out content like that. So I'd like to see one of these guys, like, honestly, I'd like to see one of these guys that does the heavy swaths tech. I'd like him to go in there with a meter, a light meter, so they can actually see. Even way down here, just because you strip the leaves doesn't mean that bud is now going to be something. Oh, they do, Junior. They do. And that's okay. They can say hi every once in a while. Even if it's one of their cronies, they can say hi every once in a while. I just find it weird that, I get levels after. Like, I'm not even going over there to try to show hate. I'm not even trying to hate on the guy. You got your show going, you're doing your thing. Good job. You're doing your thing. You got your little sponsors or whatever's going on. Go. I'm good. But I I just don't think you're at the level to be teaching that. Like, I mean, so when I go over there, I gotta use a fucking backup account to just ask a question. I mean, I'm watching the show, obviously, or I wouldn't be asking a question. And it's not even a bad question, you know. Like, where can we see the colas? And can we see the top buds? That's all I was asking. Like, so really what people should be looking at is by somebody doing that, they're not trying to help the community because every question could be a question that a new grower doesn't even know they need to ask, right? It's like any question, like when you're a new grower, you don't know shit. People are like, "What? If you need to know anything, just ask." Like, okay, what the fuck do I ask you? Instead, you guys are just spitting out fucking weird shit. Moonwater, I hope you're listening. I must have missed it or something. I haven't seen. But I know you were gonna do a swazi on a one of those one plants in the big pots and do a comparison like a side. Did I miss that? Did I miss it side by side? Whatever happened to that? Because I know you stripped one. I was just kind of curious to see whatever happened to that. You were going to show it. Remember, you were going to make sure you did a true side by side and a comparison and make sure you've seen the results. And what happened to that? Maybe you put it on a channel or something. I didn't see it. Oh, that's convenient. Like, you know, you're on a certain show every fucking week at a certain time, and you make sure you turn your lights off at that time. Huh. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes perfect fucking sense. Yeah, yeah. Lights are off. Oh shit, lights are off. Like, really? You've had this show going for how long, Levels? Why would your lights ever be off when you're doing a live show? Like, you can't time your live show around your fucking plants. Huh. Okay. So, not that I'm saying you should plan it around somebody, but I mean, if you're on a grow show every week, knowing that, you know, that's what showing plants, blah, 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 wouldn't you think you would set your lights to where, like, they would be on? So you could be one of the guys showing your shit? Right. I don't know what's going on. I knew what you were talking about, but yeah. I just wanted an update. And shit, if you want, I mean, if you're watching, man, there's no hard feelings. Like, fucking, you can show up here and show us, tell us all about it. I don't care. Just tell me, and I'll get you the link. If you want me to clap that pink. Let me know, and I'll get you the stink. I'm just kidding. Yeah, but that's the thing. I thought he said he was going to. He was gonna do one plant, and he was gonna do one of those ones, and he was gonna show the comparison, and then womp womp womp. Everything. I mean, like, this land is your land. This land is mine. So do you got bugs big time or no? I don't understand. Something about there was bugs 6 months ago, but a video was done 6 weeks. I don't fucking. I haven't been keeping up. This land is made you and me. What are you sending? You sending bugs to people? Uh, I thought it would be dirty to do fucking pollen bombs. Look, you sent me the seeds. Look. Poof. Pollen everywhere. That's right. Or you get a patent. Bugs or the videos. I'm fucking lost. This land is made. Yeah, see, I don't know anything about that either. How'd the fucking autoflowers turn out? Big time. Wow. Smoking weed. I watched fucking. What did I watch? Oh, I'm watching that fucking Virgin River. It's pretty good. It's more of a background. That shit's brutal. I mean, is it? I don't know. I don't know nothing about that shit. What would you do for a Klondike bar? She. Mm-mm, 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 mm-mm. Oh, I've never seen that. But see, I miss a lot. I miss a lot. Go lay down. No, I'm not letting you inside. Go lay down. Go lay down. Yeah, yeah, I don't believe that matters. I wouldn't. I would. I've heard a lot of people growing his stuff, so especially coming from a guy that grows outdoors with wood stoves. Like, it works, but my positivity ratings, I don't know. Where do you get those at? They got that, like, you buy that shit at Walmart. uh, Like, you gotta go to the gun department or something. They got it locked up. Maybe it's in the stereo department. They got it locked up over there with the feelings and the caring and shit. With the little touch me stuffed animals around. You gotta tell somebody when you're hurt. Like, fucking emotional support aisle. right next to the tampons. All right. Okay. Yeah, emo is expensive right now. Oh shit. You got your plans on death row and shit? That's fucked up. So what do you like to do? You like to go lethal injection? You like to hang them? You like to fucking give me an electric chair? Zzz, zzz, or well, you better go hit Home Depot and get you that new Sawzall. You gotta get that corded one because damn, you know them fucking stocks gotta be so big that you burn up a battery every time you try to cut one. That's what makes a good plan. Well, that's what makes an old ass plant. Whoa. I hope not. This shit's fucked up. Go lay down. Go lay down. Go lay down. You want another hit? No more pothead. Fuck. Time is it? I'll probably get off here in like 15 minutes because I gotta water a few plants. Well, I mean, you should never hear. You hear that, guys? I gotta use a sawzall. These stalks so big. That's like you're measuring from behind the balls. Hello, nobody gives a shit about the stalks. Like suddenly the stalks are important, but the leaves aren't. Hey, why aren't we talking about bud? Let me see the bud. Show me how big that bud is. I don't give a fuck about the stalk you're cutting down. Let's talk about the bud. Like, let's see it. Give it to me. Fucking just smack me in the face with it. No, that never happened. Like, fuck. You know where the legs come from? The legs come from you, the grower. I mean, stocks get super big outside because they've been vegging for a super long fucking time. Like, they get big outside. Like, nobody give a shit about it. Fucking show me the bud. Man, did anybody see much of the bud? Did he show you like, hey, look at this motherfucker? Like, you motherfuckers talk shit, look at this, and just fucking put it in your face? No, you didn't do that. Huh. That sucks. Because that's what you should have did. Like, you want to shut everybody up and be like, yeah, you want to talk about my legs? Look at this big old donkey motherfuckers. No? Huh. Well, that's the thing, right? Plants can only put on so much. And the more the tops there are, the more energy has to be spread around. Mhm. It takes more surface area, right? So now you have a light that supports one big plant that's 4 foot 4 foot wide, right? And it's got 200 tops on it. And now that root system has to support and produce enough energy to support all of that. So you end up with just smaller buds too, because there's more smaller buds. Does that mean you get more weight? No, because again, they're smaller. Like, if you can produce 20 plants, 16 plants under the same 4x4, but do it in half the time, the veg is going to be way less. I don't, fucking, you're going to get, you're going to be able to do it 2 to 1. So now that one plant that's realistically, say, getting a pound, pound and a half, you're going to do 2 pounds times 2 times in the same space because you did it. I mean, yeah, yeah, yeah. Maybe not the same space, but I mean, you know what I mean? Same time. Because if it's taking you 2, 3 months to veg, there's one right there. Boom, we could have knocked one out. And then you're already doing the other rooms going. So boom, there's another one knocked out in the same amount of time that you're doing one. And you think it's more watering, but it's not because they're smaller, and watering a 15-gallon pot, the amount of water you got to give that to fully saturate is going to be the same amount as you're going to saturate 15 1 gallons or 16 1 gallons. I mean, and at that point, if you really wanted to run cocoa, then you would, like I said, you would throw them on a fucking table. You would fucking put drippers in them. You'd set it all up, and each table would have their own fucking, each light, each table would be its own quadrant. And you'd have its own fucking, fuck. Uh, that's just what my mind goes to. Like, I understand it sounds more like facility production mode, but once you're trying to do an efficient perpetual, it just becomes that way. I mean, whether you choose to do a 2 week veg, 1 week veg, 6 plants, 8 plants, like, it's all scalable. You figure out what time it takes to get the plant to this stage because putting it in the flower, it's going to get to this size and keep it appropriate. And I mean, you just learn that as you grow. And if you don't learn that as you grow, then you're missing it. Because again, we're indoors. Nobody grows trees indoors. I mean, that just doesn't make any sense. If that was the case, then why wouldn't you? We should just start growing apple trees in our house. Like, get a fucking tent. We'll just keep it super fucking short. We're just, no, it doesn't make any fucking sense. Puppy. I got about 8 more minutes. We got New Year's. I don't remember what day New Year's is, but I don't know if anybody's doing a live show on New Year's. Jeez, I brought the ball today. No. And I mean, yes, I understand. Like just looking at a plant, looking at buds, you can't necessarily like, oh, a lot of times I'll look at a plant and be like, oh yeah, it's only gonna be like maybe a couple ounces, and it ends up surprising me, right? But that's only when you weigh it all up, right? You're weighing everything. You're weighing some smalls too, like not obviously not smalls because that's just not even worth trimming. But some of the smaller ones you might throw in there, like but and it might surprise you. But it takes a lot to really weigh up into pounds. And even if they're dense, if they're only say the size of maybe 50-cent piece, let's go 50-cent piece by the time they're dry. You still have to have a lot of those to add poundage. I mean, and just because you have a lot doesn't mean you just throw out what I am. Looks like a couple pounds. Like that's no, that's not. And if that's what you're doing, just say that. Like, oh, I don't even really weigh it. I just guesstimate about like a couple. Then I'm gonna go, oh, okay, you're guesstimating 2 pounds, so it's really a pound and a half. Okay, like I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like most of my bigger top buds, I end up, I'll pluck them down anyway, and I put them in the jars and shit like that, to a certain point. But I don't. They're not little fucking popcorn buds. Though. I've seen some shit that were little buds that people are like, the pull out of a Mile High. They're really frosty and shit, but they're teeny. I was looking at it like, that looks like sea buds grown with under canopy lighting. Huh. You know what I mean? Like, I'll go up and make sure, like, if I can pull a piece off of the fucking main top and there's a stalk on this, I'll pull it up until everything meets and it's a fucking, and it's usually, they end up being 6 to 8 in, and there's 6 to 8 grams at least. Yep, I got 3 minutes. I just got shit in there with the water. Deal with the doggies. Yep, sure. Appreciate everybody coming out. I'm not trying to talk too much shit because, people are going to do what they're going to do. So it doesn't really matter. And, just some things that are taught, I don't necessarily agree with. And, a lot of it is just nonsense that like new growers don't really need to need that stuff to get going growing and yeah. So I will talk to you all later. I got some minutes, so I'll be going live again probably like maybe Wednesday or something. Just depending. Yeah. So y'all have a good day and stay moist.